Boat Harbour, a spectacular and pristine parcel of beachfront land where our customers can enjoy the unique experience of driving their four-wheel drives along more than 2 kilometres of Sydney Beach, only 40 minutes drive from the CBD. It's a great place to bring the whole family, including man's best friend. The only place in Sydney where you can set up your own barbecue on the beach, right next to your car. Enjoy a picnic with friends and family, and be just meters from the crystal clear water when you decide it's time to cool off. Looking at these surroundings, it's not hard to see why their website describes this privatized beach as such. A place where tourists, surfers, and families alike can come and splash their way for a modest entry fee. However, there's a whole nother side to this beachside getaway. A small shantytown sits idly by in the background, its few residents watching the day go by from their dated shacks, moulded by years of history. These shacks have been the foundations of the Boat Harbour experience since the first land grant was issued in 1815. After being passed around from family to family for 40 odd years, it landed in Thomas Holt's hand in 1861, and now subsequently still resides under the Holt family group. Throughout these years, the estate has changed drastically, with various regulations, changes in interests, all reducing the community to the size that it is today. In the past, the shacks used to extend the whole breadth of the cliffside, housing talented fishermen, local families, and wealthy merchants alike. Some, like the Tabago cliff dwellers, even went so far as to build into the sides of the cliffs, where they lived by fishing from their rock face abodes into the oceans below. While many of the residents from that era are no longer around, some of their descendants still remain to carry on their legacies.
No, my parents, we had a house on the big beach going towards Cronulla. So, and my father came out here in just after the war, 1946, and he had the fishing licence for out here. And that's how they made their living, him and his brother. His brother had a shack, and it was a house. They were houses on the beach. They weren't. These are shacks, but we actually lived in a house.
The beauty about over here, we've met so many different people that moved into shacks and moved out of shacks, and so many lovely people. Absolutely lovely people. Yeah, you got the occasional rat bag.
I think it was closer back years ago than what it is now. I think you got a different lot of people coming in now, and young ones today are just so busy that whereas years ago, and this is another thing that's changed too, back years ago, people used to go to pubs and everything and drink a lot more, whereas nowadays the younger ones don't seem to do that as much because they're all busy with their families, and their husbands are hands-on husbands, so that you don't have that culture.
Unfortunately, this lack of interaction within the small community seems to be an after effect of time, interests, and legalities. As the beach gets busier and busier each year, and the community continues to go smaller and smaller, it's only a matter of time before the Boat Harbour of old is no more.
Oh, busy. Gee, some days you look at the beach and it's packed. Hundreds of cars are just on here, let alone around the big beach. The big beach, you have 2 or 3 rows of cars all the way around to the sign.
700 or 800 cars on the beach.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, so it gets pretty busy.
It's the only beach in Sydney where you can actually take your car, your four-wheel drive, and have everything in the back. You don't have to park it in a parking area and drag it all down the beach with the kids and everything. You can just lift your back of your car up and take everything out. So it's very convenient.
The beautiful shantytown of the Kurnell Peninsula is slowly disappearing. And while the shacks may start to vanish, its rich history, legacy, and humble family will continue to live on in its memory.